Hi everyone, this is Jessica with Whispers of Grace. I'm going to give it a few minutes to, straighten out. I'm not sure how this connection is going to work, but I am here today to do the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising mid-month intuitive reading. So this is going to be a general reading. It may not apply for everyone, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I hope all of you are doing very well today. And I'm just going to give it a few seconds for everyone to join on. Let's see if we can get some people up in the chat room. So I am going to be pulling a card from my Archangel Oracle card deck, and or these are the tarot cards, sorry, Archangel Power cards. But I did get, if you're not following me on Facebook, I did an unveiling for this new tarot deck that I have just got yesterday, and it's absolutely super powerful. So I did decide, and I'm sorry, air signs, I kind of left them out, but I am going to pull one card for the collective of water today, and then I'll do 10 minutes roughly of each sign as like a general individual. So we're just going to take it from there. So I hope everyone is doing well today. I am finally starting to feel a little bit better, still a little congested, so I'm sorry if you hear me talking through my nose, but let's see what we got going on today. What do I want to start with? Okay. They're leaning towards Cancer. So let's see what we got going on for Cancer. What can Cancer expect for the last half of October 2018? So I'm getting a little bit of indecision, like a little bit of confusion for Cancer, which I will say that with Venus being retrograde, like everyone's having these issues, a lot of matters of the heart, and it's been a rough transition. So there, with this indecision and confusion, I almost feel like there's a certain action that needs to be took or a decision that needs to be made, but I feel some hesitancy because especially around partnerships that you're trying to break yourself free of. And that doesn't necessarily mean like a romantic relationship. It can be anyone that you have a connection with that you're probably not vibing with right now. But don't be so resistant to change, or you could feel, I'm getting for some of you that where you used to vibe with this person, or that you were really close with this person or situation, at one time it did suit you, but now it's kind of getting to that point where you feel like it's holding you back, especially with the Four of Pentacles here on the bottom. Every time I see him in a traditional tarot, he's like holding on so tight. Like you have to have your things, and so it's kind of like one of those, not only being resistant to change, but almost feeling like you have to hold on to things because they're familiar. And what if you let go? What if you let go and you don't get it back, or you feel like you lose everything if you let that one thing go, but the guy usually doesn't realize there's other pinnacles around him. So I'm kind of getting like there's more options that the universe has lined up for you that you're not really seeing because you're still holding on so tight, Cancer. So ask yourself this last half of the month, especially matters of the heart, like what is it that you're afraid to let go of? And the fact that the Queen of Cups popped out for you, like this is following your heart. You need to listen to your intuition. And the fact that this is your card, Cancer, you need to, oh gosh, trust your intuition, Cancer. They're like, they're almost rolling their eyes like, how many times do we have to tell you? So I feel like this is something that has been coming up for you, whatever the situation is. Your guides keep pushing, 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 and you're not trusting. Like, it's almost when you say to your kids, you might be listening, but you're not hearing me, right? Like, you get the point, but it's not actually registering. So you need to trust the information that you're getting from your guides, especially around the home and family. But don't be afraid to follow your heart. If you follow your heart, you can't make a wrong decision, guys. So, um, and it is a very tough decision. It's probably something that's caused a lot of upsets and obstacles, and it almost feels like it's something super daunting. Like, I don't even know what it is, but it's like that moment when it pops up or you think about it. Oh, God. And I remember those days, y'all. I used to go to work and I'd be like, I'm gonna make this day my bitch. I've got this. It's gonna be a good day. And then I get in there and that other person walks in. I'm like, oh, they just suck the life out of you. You know what I'm saying? But it is definitely someone that you have some sort of partnership with. Um, Maybe a coworker or someone that you used to work with or that you partnered with, worked well together at one point, and now it's just not happening. um I do also see that some of you could be buying a new house, celebrating on some sort of almost get that some of you are going to be buying like a big purchase soon. I'm not necessarily feeling at the end of October for a lot of you, but I feel like you're already trying to work your way up. So maybe you have someone that's kind of blocking that for you and you want to see the transition quicker, but you feel like there's this hesitancy, like it's dragging out, right? Can this be over already type of stuff. Um, Also, you need to find a good balance between giving and receiving when it comes to financial matters, gifts, energy exchange in general. There's got to be a good balance between giving and receiving. So make sure you're not putting out more than you're receiving and vice versa. Like, you want there to be that equal energy exchange. And if there's not, then you got to set some stronger boundaries, or break free of the situation. But if you need to break away from something, you need to believe in yourself and take the necessary steps to get there. And it will be a process, but you'll start to find that balance when you start to find joy in your life again and really start taking better care of yourself. Like, this is a good time for Cancer to nurture and not just like, I had one person ask, well, I do a lot for myself. I do this. I go get massages. I get my nails done. I don't know what else to do for myself. Well, there's more things to do for yourself that are fun, that doesn't have to do with, you know, um, either material matters or, you know, cosmetic, right? Like, there's so many ways that we can get in tune with self, take care of ourselves, whether it be earthing, whether it be talking to a friend, having a cup of tea with someone that you really admire, that you envision being like one day. Like, I almost feel that there's a mentor that some of you need to talk to as well. So I'm sorry, I'm doing this in my new room. So welcome to Camp Kumbaya. That is what we call it. But um, I just feel, especially when it comes to uh, relationships as well, just remember that not I really feel like not all is as bad as you think it is, okay? I feel like there's certain people in your environment that could possibly be starting up shit that isn't really necessary. And you just need to pick your tribe carefully, okay, Cancer? Really be choosy. Like, listen, I try to tell people, like, don't be so picky about details. But if there is anything that I will tell y'all to be picky about your tribe. Um, yeah. And because it's a part of the rebirth process for you. If you don't let the old life go, if you don't let the old habits, old people, and all those things that you're desperately holding on to because you feel like you owe them something, whether that be family, friends, I don't give a shit. I have people I've known since I was 6 months old. Like, I love you, but I love you from afar. I can't have that shit in my life. So, you know, I wish them the best, but what can you do? If it holds up your process, you don't want to live that kind of life, then you have to make necessary sacrifices, the hard decisions. But the new beginnings card is all about like the death and rebirth process, right? It's basically the death card. And what it's telling you is that it's giving you a opportunity for a new life, Cancer. It's giving you that opportunity to start making the necessary changes that you need to make in order to have that fulfillment. So if you're not willing to do the necessary work and make the necessary changes, then don't complain. Okay? I love you. But that's the truth. So, all right, we're at 11. All right, so let's see. Who do you want to do next? That was Cancer. Is there anything else you want to say? Don't sell yourself short, Cancer. Okay? They seriously do not sell yourself short. Y'all are some of the most empathetic and emotional beings I've ever met. Like, y'all think of things on a way deeper level than most people. So use that to your benefit, but don't go wasting your damn time on people who can't see your worth, right? Like, you really want to make sure that you're doing what is necessary for your, because if you waste your time and energy on other people who don't want it, then you're going to be missing out opportunities for people who really need you. So make sure you're giving your energy away carefully. Yeah, the Three of Michael popped out too. So it's time to release the past. It's time to let all that old shit go because it don't serve you where you're going. You going big places, Cancer. So it's time to start over. Okay. All right. Who's next? Scorpio. What up? All right, Scorpio. Ooh, they're already popping out. Okay. All right. So this does make sense with Venus retrograde. Like, of course, relationships are going to be a little tense. Um, I definitely feel like, okay, and again, it doesn't necessarily have, these are general, so please take what resonates and leave it as it. But with the Two of Cups, um, this can be a deep emotional connection between anybody. So it's whoever you have a really strong connection with. I almost, and it could be even with yourself. They're saying that it could even be with like the divine feminine, divine masculine, right? But with the divine guidance card, this is like the hero card. So some of you could be dealing with a Taurus, but I feel like this is more of finding that divine connection between two people, between two parts of yourself. But again, and I feel like this is a thing for water signs. Choose your tribe carefully. I cannot stress this enough. If you are around people who are not a vibrational match, you are going to go down to their level. Okay? It's different if you are around people who want to grow and you see them doing the active work. But if you have people like, oh, I just want your energy, stay around, but I'm going to continue doing the same old shit, then you're going to run dry, my friends. Um, but this is about maybe considering a different approach with people and relationships in your life. It could also be like searching for the silver lining, seeing things from a higher perspective, um, trusting that source will bring you the necessary relationships and connections that you need. So there might be an opportunity in the next week or two for you to really work on that connection. They're almost giving like a little bit more of a vulnerability here, Scorpio. Okay. They really want you to go out on a limb, put your foot out there and see what happens. But not until you rest, relax, and figure out what it is that you really need to say in the situation. Okay. So yeah, and I feel like it's more of, okay, so again, could go both ways. I almost feel that there is going to be an opportunity, and this is why I feel like you need to take a step back and really reflect on what it is that how you want to approach this, or how you want to communicate this so it goes as well as possible, right? Think before you speak. Um, because I know some of those Scorpios in my life have no problem. There's no filter and no fucks given. But that's why I love them. That's why I get along with them. And it's almost like, okay, we know things have not gone well in the past. We understand that there are things that we cannot control. There are things that we have no clue why they happened, but it's almost telling you that the more you focus on the past things that are no longer, or once was but not now, that kind of stuff, it's you're being distracted by the other opportunities that spirit's trying to hand you, right? So it's kind of between that. Take that time, but don't take too long. Spirit likes action. Like when we need to do this, we need to do it. It's not one of those things like, okay, I want to live in the mountains, but do I have the means to do it right now? No. So of course I have to let things line up. Don't just go buy something that you can't afford and live above your means, but it's taking that time to plan out things carefully in order to assure success, right? So take a little bit of time to figure out how you want to approach the situation, and then go in with it with a whole heart and be very clear of what you're trying to portray to these people, okay? So, and again, God, there's a lot of rebirth for water. Okay. You have the new beginnings card too. So this means that there's a lot of rebirth for water sign this last half of the month. You are going to have to face your fears, and you're going to have to really step up to the plate and say, okay, well, all this shit was not working for me anymore. What do I do now? Right. And it's almost like taking a review of the past. And that's why the Four of Cups is here as well. You just need to reassure yourself that this process, is being divinely led, and you need to face this stuff in order to step into the next phase of life, right? So the new beginnings card is all about going through the different phases, saying goodbye to old habits and patterns, people, situations, places, things, that kind of thing. But that will assure success, okay? So you have the Six of Staffs here with the World card, so everything's coming full circle. Then you have the Ace of Pentacles. There's a lot of good stuff coming for you, but you have to be willing. Like, okay, my mom's a Scorpio, and I was talking to her today, and she's like, I feel suffocated here. And she's been getting the message for quite some time about moving to the mountains. Did they take their time getting the house ready? Yes. And now they're kind of pushing to get it done. But when you get that feeling and you know it's something you need to do, the longer you wait on it, the more the universe is going to push and push and push until you're so uncomfortable that you have to make a choice. You either stay in chaos, or you choose peace and in the unknown. Okay. And it's taking a gamble, yes. But when we trust and believe in the universe, all things will work out. I promise. And even if you feel like it doesn't, not leave the details out, right? It doesn't matter exactly how it happens. It just matters that it happens for the highest good. And however it's supposed to happen will. Yeah, again, the divine guidance card, y'all. Like, listen to your inner guidance. Listen to your heart. Listen to your spirit guides. They are trying to get your attention. If you're not sure what you're doing or not sure how to hear them or whatever, and I can guarantee you, you already know how to listen to your intuition and plan carefully to move forward. You're doubting yourself. You're doubting yourself and the capability that what you're experiencing is really happening. And that's perfectly fine. We all go through that, especially in the beginning. I still do. Not as much as I used to, but yeah, I mean, it's a natural part of the process. You just got to trust it. And if you don't know for sure, hit me up. I'll help you. I help you. That's what I'm here for. All right. So Pisces. What is going? Oh, goodness. I'm not taking that. Too many fell out. Pisces, what is going on with Pisces? And hi everyone who's joining in. Hope y'all are doing well. Make sure to stay tuned at the end for the Earth Warriors Oracle. Oh my god, they're so pretty. So pretty. Yeah, there's so many endings happening for water signs. Whole lot of death and rebirth. The world closing out. Okay, so Pisces, this is more towards more than likely your career or finances. You have the World and the Eight of Pentacles here. So there might be an opportunity within your career or finances to kind of start working up on things. Like the harder you work, the better you get, paying attention to details. But there's something ending so something can begin. And using your spiritual insight and knowledge, connecting to Archangel Michael, severing those cords of anything that needs to be left behind, will help propel you into this new chapter, right? So Pisces, a lot more about finances for you this month than it is about emotions. But, and again, gosh, y'all, like this whole rebirth thing's for serious. So some of you could be working with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but since this is so broad, y'all, like these general readings are so broad. So if it's not, then I would say that they're asking you to take on the fire energy, which would explain, because if you're not on my Instagram, the weekend energy for today, which is the 19th, October 19th through the 21st, they are asking us to take on more fire energy, okay? They want us to take on this action and passion and have that courage to step up to the plate. But again, it's taking that compassionate review of the past, looking at the things, maybe you had opportunities in the past. I'm almost getting like y'all had your sights set on something that you knew you wanted to accomplish. And I feel like this was a while ago, okay, that this is something that's been going on a long time. But you had this vision for yourself, and no matter how many times you tried to get it, it never looked exactly the way you thought it would. So over time, you start beating yourself up, and maybe some self-talk in there, negative self-talk in there. And you kind of get on this like highlight reel of things not playing out in your favor. You can't do that. The more you focus on that, the more momentum it's going to get. And then you're going to start noticing that those cycles are going to keep repeating. So it's really time for you to put an end to that. Like put an end to it. Cut it out now. Like done. And use your benefit from the experiences that you've already been through in order to help you through the process, okay? And it's giving you the opportunity to release yourself from anything that doesn't quite fit into your puzzle, right? We all have pieces that should align together, and I almost feel that, it's giving you an opportunity to put those pieces back together, but you have to do the work. And if you don't, if you don't cut out the bullshit, Pisces, it's going to keep happening. So you can't expect to do the same thing and expect a different result. You have to change it up. So start out small, they're saying, try out one avenue, see if it works. If it doesn't, then try another. Like, don't be afraid of the process of elimination. There are certain things that need to happen in order for things to come about, but you don't want to keep doing the same daunting thing over and over again. The more creative you are, the more fun you're having, the better you will flow. And that's what they want you to understand. So if you feel like you've been kind of cooped up, you're not really sure what direction you're going, you're not feeling that motivation, then you have to start changing things with how you react, respond, how you're showing up. How are you showing up every day? And are you going into it with this, oh, here we go again? I'm almost getting that Eeyore sound. So, just be careful of that and start your day with positive affirmations. Work hard on what it is that you really want to accomplish. What do you want to feel? What do you want to experience? How are you being of service? So, it's kind of like those things. They want you to kind of get outside of yourself, okay? Yeah, they're pretty straightforward with you, Pisces. So, okay, I'm going to pull a card from my new Earth Warriors Oracle. I love this deck, man. It is so beautiful. All right. So, what they want you to know is Muada. Muada. I'm sorry. I just got these yesterday. Sage of Higher Knowledge. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorge? Like, seriously, these cards are amazing. If you haven't checked out the unveiling on Facebook, you should, because then you get to see them all, and they're gorgeous. I was like, you're mine. I'm very, very attached to them. Okay, so the description on this says, and this is for all water signs, okay? Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is what you need to know this month. Seek what feels true, even beyond the logical. If something doesn't feel right, challenge it and go deeper. Educate and inform yourself on matters of importance to you. Trust that your mind is strong and bright enough to do this. Enhance your self-esteem by researching for information and trusting your intuition to help you discern what is useful and true. Have faith in your own mental abilities. If others have criticized you or made you feel inadequate in understanding, cast that off as belonging to the past and not relevant to you now. You will become immune to manipulation by others, who may be convincing but not necessarily accurate or helpful. Trust the power of your mind to receive and recognize the answers that you need. You will find your way. Okay? And they have these little healing processes at the end. So I'm going to ask that everyone who watches this, please do it if you make it to the end. I know some people have ADD and don't always make it, but I will timestamp everything. Okay. So the healing process says, find a place to relax and say this prayer aloud. I call upon the grace of unconditional love and the truth of the divine mind to empty and cleanse my mind and emotional body from fixed opinion, half-truths, and deceptions. May I trust and be patient so that I can see and know the highest level of truth available to me. May I give and receive peace, enlightenment, and helpful, accurate communication. May divine light shine bright and help all beings find their way through my own free will, so be it. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this today, and thank you so much for joining me. I love you all so much. And thank you for all of your well wishes while I was down this week. It was rough. But I'm back. I'm feeling good. And make sure that you check out Facebook and Instagram, Instantgo. All the descriptions are down in the description box. If you need a private reading, please email me at whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com. These are general readings, so if you need more of a look or more insight into your personal experience, or if you have any personal questions, please email me for a reading. Again, at whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com. If you would like to donate to support the channel, there is a PayPal link down below. I appreciate everyone who has supported me this far, and I hope and pray that y'all continue to support me so I can do this with you all the time. That's my goal. So I love y'all, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.